Good evening, everybody. I am Dayo Olujumo Ikuni. Welcome to the News Wrap Up on Aseric TV. We will be giving you what has trended lately. Good evening, Uncle Mustilala. You look so tired.
Somehow, due to the development, fuel scarcity, people are really suffering. So
people are really suffering. I went through what's going on, what's happening in Nigeria, what's happening around the world. Everything I was just seeing was bad news.
Too
bad
many
news,
negative stories.
Bad news. And it's not really encouraging to our health. It's not at all. Mentally, it's not encouraging.
At all.
Yeah, it's so saddening. We hope that everything becomes better.
Amen.
So we end up for the night. Joy comes in the morning.
It will.
We hope it comes soon. Well, the Inspector General of Police, Usman Al-Khali Baba, has ordered the closure of all satellite units of the Intelligence Response Team and Special Tactical Squad across the country. The police chief gave the order hours after the suspended Deputy Commissioner of Police and Head Intelligence Response Team of the Nigerian Police Force, Abba Kyari, and others were arrested and presently in NDLEA custody over their alleged involvement in drug trafficking. Well, all serving officers in the satellite unit have been asked to report to the force headquarters Abuja for debriefing. Confirming this development to Channels TV, a police source said that authorities have directed that 7 officers and men in the unit will be demobilized and posted to commands across the country. The force management also directed that the IRT and STS headquarters in Abuja should be fortified and organized for enhanced operational performance to combat emerging trends. Mr. Musti, or Uncle Musti Lala, what this man did has really caused a lot of things to our security agency, and
it's going down to restructuring and reforming their various units. It shouldn't just stop by his arrest alone. The IG should sit. In fact, in the ideal situation, you understand, the IG is supposed to order for a thorough investigation regarding. Remember, Abakari was on suspension,
yes,
just like we said,
and he was working.
And he was working. You understand? It means he was removed from IRT, and in his place there is a DCP who is now in his position. But it seems as if some of the units under the IRT were still carrying out order from
him.
Abakari. It shows the level of decay in the system, which is not supposed to be so. It shouldn't end with debriefing and reposting of the men. You understand? The IG should be able to instill some level of discipline in the force, so that such occurrence will not repeat itself again. You understand? A situation whereby someone, let's assume that I'm working under you, you're my supervisor, and I'm taking order from a different person, which is not, it's an aberration. It's not supposed to be so. So the IG should not stop by on mopping off all other units of the IRT.
Yeah.
It should go into it should carry out a thorough investigation regarding how that unit was operated, how they conduct their businesses. It should check that. You understand? It should check that.
Well, I'm looking at some reports that have been going out after this incident.
Yeah.
I'll pick one. Now it has gone so international that international medias
Yes.
they're not looking at the man. I mean, it's as if it's Nigeria that did it.
See, this
It's
is
Abakari. Like it's Nigeria
not
that
only
did it.
not even Nigerian police. We are talking about a particular individual within the police, but it goes more than that. You understand? He's not just an individual again. He's a man saddled with the responsibility of enforcing the law.
And it represents Nigeria.
He represents Nigeria. So whatever he does or he did, now, like robbing on all Nigerians, all the institutions of Nigeria now, especially the Nigerian police itself, you understand? I saw it. I saw how they captioned it on the CNN. Nigeria Super Cup involved in drug syndicate. BBC again, the same thing. Another news channel too, the same. You understand? So it seems as if he went from frying pan to fire. You understand? The Hushwapi accusation was much more lesser compared to this very one. You understand? What his offense was in this case now is that said he arrested some his unit arrested some drug dealers that came from Ethiopia in Akadobiam airport. So now he now went to NDLA to lobby NDLA official. Understand the technicalities involved in this. 25 kg of parcel of cocaine. He now told the NDLA official, that viral video you saw, it was released by NDLA, that his boys will keep 15 wrap of the cocaine. That NDLA should play along. It's only 10 that they will tender as a exhibit in the court. That is, if the case now proceeds to the court, the NDLA official that look, my boys will keep 15. Is that not thievery?
That's thievery.
This is not coming from a junior officer, but a senior officer. And it was someone who is at the command station, the command level, negotiating for a crime. You understand? So that is why you discover that all this in the international medias, they have their correspondent here. Embassies, they are here. In every of the embassy, they have a military attaché, they have police attaché, they are all there. So they are interested in this case. Even some of those things that we were talking here now, we are not even, some of the information are kind of not, we are not getting it firsthand. But all these internationals, they are getting it at the first-hand level. Do you know he was also part of those that championed the campaign of drug see, the whole thing about Nigeria is that
the drug-free campaign. At
times, during the day, we'll do a different thing. At night, we'll turn to beast. That is how some Nigerians are. You understand? So it's a serious embarrassment. Very, very serious embarrassment on Nigeria.
And making people feel that you are a good person outside. While beneath you are just...
Why Abba Kyari operated like more or less, sorry to say this, he operated like a very dangerous person. Do you know how? In all these years, for the past 6 to 7 years, he presented himself and used the media to his advantage. He was busy doing media ops up here and there, whereas he's far away from what he's presenting himself to the general public. You understand? Now it's unfortunate that, look, an individual is now trying to rob the whole of Nigerian police into his dirty game. You understand? So that is the more reason that the IGP should conduct thorough investigation. He should make sure that anything like manipulating the process, it shouldn't arise from the Nigerian police. He should ensure that justice is being done over Abba Kyari, because the international world, the international community, they are watching. They are watching to see how Nigeria handle this particular case. Anything short of jail term, though we are not trying to say that we are not court of law to pronounce jail term for him, but the case should be properly investigated in a very transparent manner, so that justice will be done. Without that, Nigeria will still carry on with this baggage of a corrupt nation.
Well, my fear is this, that if someone could do something like that, definitely it must have imprisoned some people unjustly. That's my fear.
Dayo, see,
that's my fear.
The whole thing, okay, like we discussed this morning over the Hushwapi, the role he played in the Hushwapi case. It means he unjustly arrested Vincent, put him in detention until Hushwapi succeeded in swindling his victim. You understand? That is just one.
But
case.
Vincent actually is
participated.
It's a criminal.
It's a criminal. He participated. See, the case here now is that some persons use Abakari against their opponents. You understand? You know, of recent, you now discover that case relating to kidnapping is rampant. Somebody can easily place an accusation to say, okay, so person is making attempt over my life. You understand? For kidnapping, and the next thing Abakari and his men will do, they will swing into action and arrest that person. Several times, so many persons were paraded at the IRT in Abuja here. They were paraded. So, and since then, nothing again. Whether they are alive or they are dead, nobody know. You understand? So that is it. So many persons were unjustly hounded into detention under the authority of Abakari.
Okay.
So a lot of investigation need to be done. If I were the IGP, I will conduct a public hearing over this case of Abakari. If you have any petition against him, present it, just like we had in the 2000 Okuta panel, whereby it was a public hearing regarding how the military ruled then. So if we can have that, if IG can do that, it will be fine. It will at least sanitize the system too. You understand?
Thank you, sir. Well, controversial political activist and former presidential aide Reno Omokri has alleged the national leader of the All Progressives Congress, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, could be suffering from enuresis. Well, looking at checking out the meaning of that on Google. Well, it's a medical name for not being able to control urination. It's pronounced enuresis. Well, according to reports, there's a video clip that has been trending.
Yeah. I think
yes.
Is it Friday or Thursday or Saturday? Between those 3 days that he went to see Alake of Igbaland.
The palace of the Awujele of Ijebuland in Ijebu-Ode.
You see, we have said this before. We are in an era of politicking. You understand? Both false report, both manipulating report, both actual facts. This is the era that it will come to play. You understand?
Yes.
I think 2 weeks ago there was this accusation against Rotimi Amechi, and his media aides, they were everywhere trying to defend him. That look, beware of fake news. They were saying that beware of fake news. You understand? Some of this, it will continue like this until the APC successfully hold their convention, and then after their convention again, you now discover that we will now step into more dangerous phase of the campaign, which is going to be inter-party campaign. You understand? You attack my own, I attack your own. You expose me, I expose you. So, well, Reno Omokri, former aide to Jonathan, he might be right. You understand? Consider the age of
and he also said he might be suffering from diabetes.
It's at his age, it's expected that look, he must be suffering from one ailment, one terminal disease or the other. But the only thing that I don't find it too funny with Tinubu, if you observe very well, recently he's trying to make himself to look agile, or to portray that he's fit for everything. You understand? Even President Muhammadu Buhari too, he did it at a point. You see them, they will take a walk to some distance, and the media aides will capture it and put it on the social media. See, we should move beyond this level. We should show to ourselves that we're a serious nation. You understand? It's far beyond that. You understand? We're not saying that someone is too old. No, there's no age limit regarding someone that leadership. You understand? Even in America, the Tinubu is not older than Joe Biden in the US. But what we're saying is this: that deception should be taken away. You understand? Deception of misleading Nigerians that look, I'm fit for this. It's not fitness. Is not about age only. You understand? Someone who is 30 could be misfit due to health challenges. You understand? So, but if you look at the handlers of Tinubu, they are trying to portray him as someone that is fit. You understand?
Well, and
the more they try to portray him like that, the more Nigerians try to unveil the real Tinubu, and that is exactly what is happening. You understand? So if he's not fit, he should save us that time of saying of repeating what we have between 2015 and now. You understand? Remember that President Muhammadu Buhari is one leader that has spent so much time outside on medical tourism than here. Up till now, little as year test, he will go abroad for that. You understand? So we shouldn't have another leader again that will come and say that after 1 month, 2 months, after 1 month, 2 months. You understand? We are talking about revenue. We are experiencing dwindling revenue. It's just that it's unfortunate that issues regarding the health of our leaders are shrouded in secrecy. Till now, nobody can tell you how much was spent on the medical bills of President Muhammadu Buhari. So we shouldn't experience that again. It won't.
And that's unfair to Nigerians. That's really, really unfair to Nigerians.
I think Joe Biden, when he encounters small slight,
he stepped aside,
yes. And he hand over to his VP. You understand? Of which it didn't even last up to 3 days. He stepped aside. You understand? But because by law it's required for him to step aside, and he did it. You understand? But we have in our own nation here, the president is embarking on foreign treatment. Everything will be packaged in a kind of a sacred manner, whereas he's a public servant enjoying taxpayers' money. You understand? But his health is now being regarded as something that will be hidden from Nigerians. So that is not the kind of leadership that we pray for in 2023. At least there are some other persons who are much more fit, stronger, agile in 2023 in APC. You understand? Bola, he has that right to vie for anything, but that's common sense should tell him that, look, even as a human being, you shouldn't push yourself into something that will be injurious to your own life too. You understand? It shows the level of desperation. You understand? So when Reno Mercury is decided to say that, I saw the video myself, I laugh. You understand? I laugh. At that age, although he's saying he's 69, you understand? At that age, he could experience bladder problem, even kidney problem. You understand? But they are rich, so they can afford all form of this thing. But you can't cheat nature. That is the truth. You understand? Whether he like it or not, at one point or the other, that particular thing that they are trying to conceal from the general public, it will be exposed. So it should save us that time. We shouldn't experience what we have been experiencing since 2015 till now.
A teacher at an upstate New York middle school was arrested Monday, February 14, yesterday, for allegedly planting a hidden camera in a staff bathroom. That's what the report said. Well, Patrick Morgan, 57 years, was charged with 22 counts of unlawful surveillance for allegedly placing the recording device inside the employee restroom at the Sand Creek Middle School in the Albany County town of Cologne. The camera, which resembled a phone charger, was discovered last Friday, February 11, after capturing images of several staffers inside the bathroom. Police said it appears the camera was in place for at least a couple of days. Morgan, who has taught in the district for 28 years, was placed on administrative leave. He was set free on Monday on supervised release, and a judge ordered him to go for mental checkup. He's 57 years.
Although it's going to be a kind of that is the good thing about their own criminal justice administration. You understand? First of all, they will ascertain his mental health to know whether, because this is something weird behavior. 28 years you have served. You have been working in an institution for good 28 years. Why now? So, then
what if he has been doing it all this while?
You see, the fact is that if he has been doing it all before now, there's no way they will not discover. You understand? You remember from the report, they say that the camera was placed like 2-3 days before. So you understand. So if he has been doing that before, he won't last till now. You understand? It's not like in our own climb here, whereby we we do what we like. You understand? At times, somebody will be responsible to say, okay, this is your area of duty. You only come there, sit down. You will not even check your environment to check the vicinity. Yours is just sit down, do your work, and just disappear. So this is a weird behavior, a behavior that he has put up, whereby what the authority will now check his mental ability, whether he's still normal, because it's an abnormal behavior. You understand? So at the end of the day, if he's found guilty, he'll be sentenced.
Some people have that problem. They have that problem. They grew up with it because probably their parents didn't check on them while they love to just
on weird behavior, kind of, especially when it comes to
female nakedness, pornography.
Yes.
So that's too bad for a not just because it's a 57 years. Too bad for anybody.
I know. You are right at his age. At least if it's we here, even over there, you understand, you could see someone that is 20 years old, young boy. He's already...
he has used more than 5 decades of his...
So you understand? So a 20 years old boy in America is already a father. So in his own case now, he should be like a grandfather. Imagine a grandfather peeping on female staffers. You understand? Doesn't sound normal. So thank God they have already initiated that process of testing his ability to know whether he has mental problem.
Well, still on what's trending, you know, this issue that goes on social media, when someone can just slide into your DM and begin to woo you, someone you don't know, begin to ask some insensible question because you're a female. Well, something happened in Delta State. A married man identified as Andrew Lee Oscar was reportedly beaten for allegedly chatting with wife of a politician in Delta State on Facebook and also asking her out on a date. Well, the person who gave the story, because it's true, we have the pictures. We have the pictures. Facebook user Victor Kelechi Onyende, who made the claim, said the man was chatting with is a wife of Honorable Precious Ajayi. The state Director General of Direct Labor and also the former local government chairman of the Ethiopia West local government area. I mean, that is terrible. I went through the chats, chats, because they set him up.
Yeah.
When the guy came along, I began to chat with the woman. The woman told him that, do you know why I'm married and I'm the wife of and so.
And he insisted.
He insisted. And according to the story, the woman told her husband, and they decided to set him up. So she played along
until he was nabbed. You understand? Okay. You see, like we discussed yesterday, we are in the era of social media. Marriage now is like vulnerable to a lot of influences. You understand? The man is somehow matured. You understand? Some men, instead of supporting their women, they will now say, okay, stop doing social media. They will impound her phone, start suspecting her, instead of doing the needful to say, okay, let us expose this man. You understand? So you discover that a lot of influences now, bad influences going on now. You understand? To me, I somehow sympathize with the female. I'm sorry to say that I sympathize with the women. You understand? As if it has become a kind of is it a temptation or what? The moment men now see women as if they have seen something that they will use, you understand? To the extent that they don't even know the demarcation between single ladies and the married women anymore, you understand? Let me give you an instance. Few years ago, a female friend in Port Harcourt, she was having challenges with her password, somehow hacked. So she called me. I said, I'm so place. She now sent me her email address and her password. so that I will assist her to recover it. This lady, she's married. Do you know that eventually when I assisted her to recover the listing, I was tempted to go into her inbox. The kind of chat I saw there, you understand? You discover that if her husband is not kind of a matured one, by the time he see into some of this chat, it will cause problem in their home. You understand? A lot of women are outside there. On their own part too, they don't even know the demarcation or to distinguish between their present status as a married woman and when they were single. You understand? To me, I don't see it as wrong for a woman to belong in on social media. You understand? But you should be mindful of your activities. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Some men, even if they see a married woman with ring, they still go after her. You understand? Some men take delight in married women. You understand? So it's a very dicey situation. We are living in an era that a lot of negative forces everywhere, here and there. But like it happened in Delta, at least that is a bitter lesson that other men supposed to learn from. You understand? If you are going after a married woman, knows that there is consequences behind it. You understand? I mean, to me, it's high level of a crime that a man would do to his fellow man. Going after your fellow man's wife, and she still told you that, look, I'm married, and you are still insisting going after her.
And he's also married. Calling his wife. Married. He was calling his wife a small
sign
girl.
of irresponsible. He's an irresponsible man. You understand?
There's something he said. He said his wife is a small girl. That she's always to herself. She's not that.
There's no two ways about it. By the time a man is engaged in extramarital affair, you understand? In most cases, you discover that he will be saying all awful things against his wife, thinking that is the only way he could win over the other person. You understand? So it's not something that you. It's not something good for our society.
Yeah, there's something also that seems so funny and annoying with what he did. According to the chat I read, he said he was going to have his bath, that he just finished praying, that's going to have his bath, and the woman was surprised, and she said that you can pray. She said the man said, even this Sunday I'm going to TB Joshua's church. She said, so you don't fear God.
Yeah,
look at what you are doing.
Remorseful.
He's not remorseful. He said that same Sunday he's going to go to TB Joshua's church.
He's still proclaiming God. He's still praying. You understand? And he's doing we're not talking about this one is not just a relationship between a married man and a side chick. No. A married man
and a married woman
for a married woman, and she still told him that, look, I'm married, and he's still insisting. You understand? So and he's not remorseful. He's still telling her that I was praying. You understand?
And he was even saying that, well, that's meant for you. And I was like, I mean, is this how men are?
You know, a lot of so many times, and a lot of men, they have justified that. Look, man by nature, they will just tell you that
they are polygamous
by nature. You understand? No, that is indiscipline. You shouldn't justify indiscipline act with immoral act with male teen. You understand? There are a lot of men that they stick to their wives from work back to their home. If they have that break, they can stay with their family. But some men, they will tell you that, look, guy, I cannot. As they close from work, they go to bar.
Isn't that the level of lack of self-control?
It's lack of self-control, and at times
you say it's a part of men.
It's not part of men. It's lack of self-control.
Lack of self-control. Lack of self-control. That's not how a man should be.
Yeah.
A man, is a lion, and is a king, and a king don't mess around.
Yeah.
Well, thank you everyone for staying with us on News Wrap Up. Of course, we were able to give you everything that trended, that we picked, that interested us so much. Thank you, Uncle Musti Lala, for always being there. I am Dayo Olujuwo Ekuni. Good night, and have a wonderful night rest. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on all our social media handles. Instagram at Spheric, dot news, Twitter at Aspheric News, and Facebook at Aspheric News. Good night, everybody. Bye.